welcome to my channel. So let's talk Love is Blind's Mexico, the reunion that came out Sunday. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to come out a week after the finale. I saw a comment pop up on my phone and I was like, oh, let me reply to some comments. So I want to give a big shout out to little Eva. You are not that little. No, you're not. You are great, because she's the one that pointed out, she's like, hey, Denise, have you watched the finale yet? Francesca was a piece of work. And I'm like, the finale? What? The finale's out? And I went on the app of my, I didn't even go on TV. I went on the app of my phone, like trying to find Netflix. And then I saw the reunion. There was someone else in the comments that said, are you going to do a video on the reunion? And I wrote it, for sure, not knowing that the reunion was out already. Ugh. Overall, I thought it was a pretty boring reunion. Nothing much happened until, of course, the end with the Las Dos Locas. My notes, I'm trying to look, like, it's half a page. Omar and Lucy, the host, Omar Chaparro and Lucy, I didn't like them at first. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know much about them, but when the season first started, but after this reunion, I love them. I don't know, like I said, much about them, their personal lives or what they do for work or whatever. He seems so infatuated by her, even 23 years later. You know, they've been married for 23 years and he seems so in love still. You know, he ran to kiss her. At the beginning, he called her Dueña de mis sueños, which means the honor of my dreams. He called her Preciosa, and I used to date a Mexican guy and he called me Preciosa, so it's kind of, it melted my heart. Our golden couple, Fernanda and Karen. People out there have the hate for Karen and they didn't like them together. Look, for you guys, they're still together, they're happy, they're buying properties together, they're renovating, they're traveling, they do look really happy. Fernando looked really dashing at the reunion. Didn't he look so good? He looked like a galán, as I said before, which means the protagonist, the heartthrob in a novella. The host, the couple, Omar and Lucy, they had some other lady, I forgot her name, but they had Pablo. I don't know what he does in Mexico, if he's an influencer, actor, or whatever. I liked him. He's gonna be my new gay BFF. We all need the gays, because he called out Iari's not once but twice. Rocio was talking. Poor Rocio. Hashtag justice for Rocio. She was talking and then Irais rolled her eyes and Pablo called her out. Also, when she was saying that she didn't really propose or declare her love for Fernando, Pablo's like, girl. And I was like, that's why we need the gays. So in this reunion, to know if the couples were together or not, they put the two people, female and male, in this like circle. And if the light up green, they're still together. And if it was red, they're not together. So the next couple was Renee and Irais. And they showed their little like home videos. She was holding some cotton candy or a teddy bear. I don't know. There's a scene where Renee is dancing with her and they're dancing together. I was like, oh, for like a moment, I hope they were still together. And then they got to the circle, the light was red, they're not together, but they were still kind of like holding hands. Renee brings the fun out of Irais because she's so serious, you know, most of the time. So when I saw those little home videos that they showed of them, I was like, now I kind of wish they were together. She also explained in more detail why his looks were such a turnoff for her. Because I said in my video, I said, Irais, what has changed? Why do you want to get back to him? That's why I thought it was so suspicious that she just wanted to be on the show, because hey, you saw him on the face-to-face. He looks like the same person physically outside of the pods, and you still want to be with him. But she explained that his looks, you know, particularly like the piercings and the way he dressed, looked just like her ex, who was violent with her, and that triggers something for her. I feel for her. And the way she was talking, you know, she was choking up on tears. She told him that in private, but she didn't want that to be on the show. Chama and Silvia, What did I tell you? Where's my Venmo? Where is my Venmo? I should have put money on this. They're not together. Of course they're not. I told you the whole excuse, we're going to keep dating. No, you're gonna break up in like 2 weeks. Let me go back to Renee and Ira. But the reason for not being together was the long distance relationship, because he lives in Guadalajara and then she lives in Mexico City. So she said the long distance took a toll on them, and he even said that there was one day that she was really sad and he couldn't be there for her. Chama and Silvia. So they said, somos dos locos. I was like, go be loco someplace else. Not in a show where, you know, the goal is to get married or to say yes or no at the altar. So they're explaining the reason why they run away from the altar. It's like, no, you're not local. You loco, choco loco, get out of here. I've always said that I got the vibe that Chama and Silvia were more buddies than lovers. Same thing as Ollie and Demi in the UK version. Oh, she gave a great speech about not talking about people's bodies. I'll pull it up right now.
Pues estamos ya en una sociedad donde hablar de los cuerpos o de las personas o del físico, de lo que sea ajeno, no es correcto. Pero creo que es muy importante como mujer empoderarnos y sin importar el físico que tengas, la condición social, la estatura, la carnita donde esté o no esté, que seas muy empoderado y que todas las opiniones son ajenas, no te las compres, no te pertenecen. Tú vete en el espejo, valórate, quiérete, porque eso es lo único que importa. Todo el cuacuará de los demás sirve para nada.
Talk about body positivity. So Chama's excuse/reasoning for not working things out with Sylvie, he said that he had personal responsibilities such as his work and his daughter that didn't allow him to devote time or attention to Sylvia. What a bunch of baloney. Unfinished business? Do you go on a show to get married with unfinished business? Sylvia should have got into more detail about this profession of his. Fran and Willie. When Willie kept saying that they're not compatible, I guess was financially compatible, because it seems like money was the deal breaker for them. Francesca wants the man to take care of everything, pay for everything, because she grew up like that. You know, the dad was the provider, took care of the wife, the kids, and Willie had it different. His mom worked. He thinks, you know, they should go 50-50. They show an unseen footage of Willie and Gerardo having a conversation, and Willie's explaining to Gerardo, like, yeah, she expects me to like pay for everything. And Gerardo said, I actually talked to her and I said, hey friend, if you go on a trip with Willie, who's paying for it? She's like, I'm not paying a cent. And to be honest, I've always got the vibe that Francesca was a daddy's girl. Nothing wrong of having a great relationship with your father, of being a daddy's girl, but then there's a difference of being a spoiled daddy's girl. She always gave me the vibe of being like spoiled and privileged, and she called herself privileged and blessed. I'm blessed. The day that she said to Willie that she went to study abroad in Italy, and I was like, okay, you're rich. I mean, I would die to go study abroad in Italy when I was younger. You know, like, you have to have money for that. So at the end of the reunion, like close to the end, she goes to Willie and she wants to return. She has this little box. I'm like, oh, is it the ring? No, it's the gift that he gave her. It's like a cedar tree. It's like a piece of jewel. So she wants to return to him and he doesn't want to take it. He's like, no, I gave it to you. It's a gift. She was saying like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, when a woman has something in her hand, you better take it. That whole thing just made her look like bitter and petty and almost like she's still hurt. That whole speech at the wedding that she gave about like, a strong woman multiplies, I have wings, I want to fly. Like, it all went down the drain after the way she acted at the reunion. Couldn't she return that gift off camera months ago? Why does she have to wait to do it at the reunion? She just wants the stage. She called Mafer a protagonist. She wants to be a protagonist. Like, what are you doing right now, Francesca? That whole thing was not a good look for her. So let's talk about Fernanda and Herard though. She didn't show up, or we thought she wasn't going to show up, but she was backstage. So was that a joke because she didn't show up to Silvia's birthday? Because I was thinking the whole time, I was like, wow, when Fernanda doesn't want to go somewhere, she really doesn't go somewhere. And when the hosts were asking her what she thought about Gerardo meeting up with Mafer, she tried to look, first of all, she looks so much like Laura Pausini. Do you know the Italian singer? I love Laura Pausini. She was just sitting there on the couch trying to look so unbothered. Girl, I see right through you. So they asked, like, what do you think about him reconnecting to Mafer? And she's like, no, it's his life. It's his life. I lived with him. I slept with him. What a drag. If you're that unbothered, what was up with the speech, that whole speech in the circle? She was like, I don't even want to quote her, but like, enough of this, enough of this. What happened? Because remember in my last video when I say when they pulled the curtains and we saw them backstage at the confession, hugging, ending things in a peaceful, caring way. He said, I'll always be there for you. She said, I love you. He's like, I love you too. She's like, we just didn't communicate well. All very like nice and calm. And then she said that after I watched the series, I realized this and this and that. And in my head, I was like, wait, do they get screeners? Like, when was this film? If the show aired to everyone, us, everyone in the world, on Thursday, and the reunion was on Sunday, and it wasn't live. So did they shoot the reunion between Thursday and Sunday? Did they have access to the episodes before us? And then she said, you told me you were not in love with me 3 days before our wedding day. And Gerardo was like, isn't this the point of the show? To find out if you love someone or if you're in love with someone up until the point where you get married. And then she said that, oh, the wedding was on Lunes. And I was like, Lunes? Lunes is Monday. Are you guys getting married on Monday? No wonder Renee's sister, remember, she's like, I can't make it. I gotta work. Because it's on a Monday. So I don't know what happened between the two of them from the confession where they hug and kiss goodbye to the reunion. She also did not take any accountability for the way she acted when she covered the blanket, the camera with the blanket, and she was tossing his stuff, throwing his stuff around. She did not say, sorry, I shouldn't have acted like that. When I saw red, it took the best out of me. Not one, lo siento. No wonder Francesca and Fernanda are best friends, because they did not come out of this reunion looking good. They actually made women look bad. I thought the finale was so good. It gave me everything that I wanted, that I still think it was a great season. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the reunion. Did you also think that Fernanda and Francesca came out looking no good, no bueno? Make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also hit the little bell, the notification button, so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.